Well, the strange thing is because I was one of those Rush fans going to all those shows and being very scrutinizing. And the thing about Rush fans, they're very discerning, but incredibly polite. So even if they didn't like what you were doing, they would have been polite about it. I think because I talked Geddy and those guys into taking the Melvins out with them, and I watched that show at the Cow Palace, and I watched the people just squirming in their seats as the Melvins were blasting over their faces, and the Melvin sound man was notoriously loud. So it was a much different experience than we had opening for them. It went great for us. I mean, obviously there's a lot of parallels you can draw. I mean, there's a lot of differences, but there's a lot of three-piece, guy with a giant drum kit, guy with a big nose on the bass and singing. So their fans actually took to us quite well, and that's why they took us on tour a few times.
Yeah, it's a great lineup, and here you are again covering that album front to back, and you've had some time to do it now. Like there have been some shows. When you get inside it like this, at this point, do you find that you're finding anything new? Is it still offering you anything?
If you're gonna take on Rush, you gotta, like I said, Rush fans are very, very discerning, and we had to do everything as close to the original as we possibly could.
Yeah,
right down to even using some of their instruments.
Oh, right. But don't you have that moment where you want to Primus it up a little bit?
Well, in the end, my son was listening to some of the rehearsals because he has a little film production spot right there in the mixing room, and he's like, Daddo, it sounds great, everything sounds great, but you need to quit trying to sing it like Geddy. Sing it like you would sing it, but And I was like, yeah, okay. And so it got to the point where some of these things, because I even talked to Geddy about it. I was like, how the hell did you sing in that upper stratosphere? Was that falsetto or full voice? He's like, oh no, it was full voice. He goes, that's why I don't do a lot of those songs anymore. But there's certain characters in the Primus world, like Sergeant Baker, where it's Sergeant Baker, it gets up there. So there's times when I'm getting ready to do a part on like Cygnus, and I'll just think, okay, go to the Sergeant Baker voice, and I'll take that, and I'm able to do it. So it is vocally, it's more Primus, but I don't think I'm too far off. But some of those notes are just, it's like only Geddy and Dolphin can hit those notes,
Legend. Hey, it's Kyle Meredith. Looks like you found one of the clips to one of our interviews. If you'd like to see the full version, hit my little icon there below and search within the series. While you're at it, why not subscribe? In fact, when you do, I'll send you 3 brand new interviews every single week, new and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it's a great way to keep up with your favorite artists and discover some new ones. And you can do so anywhere in podcast land: iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, NPR, WFPK.org, or of course, right here on YouTube for the video versions.